guys, it's Kristi and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing another store-bought slime review. We're comparing Walmart versus Five Below versus Target slimes and seeing which store has the better slimes. But before we get into today's video
is sponsored by
HelloFresh. So if you guys don't know what HelloFresh is, they are basically a meal subscription service that makes your life so much easier because they deliver pre-portioned ingredients right to your door to create some delicious meals, and you basically become an instant chef because let me tell you, these meals look awesome. HelloFresh not only gives you everything that you need to create the delicious meals, but you also save so much time. Forget the meal prepping, forget the planning, forget the grocery shopping. You get these meals sent right to your doorstep with everything you need to create them. I'm super busy working a full-time job and doing YouTube at the same time. Like, I don't have a lot of free time on my hands, and I personally do not like grocery shopping. I feel like it's just such a chore, but I force myself to go because I want some nice home-cooked meals. And to make things even worse, whenever I go grocery shopping, I end up wasting so much food, and I feel terrible about it because I try not to be a wasteful person.
But how can one person eat a full loaf of bread before it expires?
Like, I end up just throwing a lot of stuff out because I can't finish it. So it's really nice that HelloFresh gives you pre-portioned meals, so you reduce a lot of waste and it's very good for the environment. But HelloFresh gives me that option by saving so much time because everything just gets delivered right to me. So for this week's meals, I'm super excited because I get to try out pork and poblano tacos with kiwi salsa and lime crema, balsamic fig chicken with roasted potatoes and mixed greens, and Juicy Lucy burgers with tomato onion jam and potato wedges. Yum. All these meals look so much better than anything I've ever cooked before, and I am not a cook, so you can definitely impress some people with these recipes. Another thing I really like is how they give you these cards that have the prep time, the total cook time, and the calories, as well as step-by-step instructions with images on how to prepare everything. They make it super simple to follow for anyone that isn't a great cook like myself to make some delicious recipes. So if you guys are interested in checking out HelloFresh, which I highly suggest, I'll have the link in the description box below, and you can use the code itsKristiii10 to get 10 free meals off your first purchase.
literally 10 extra free meals.
Like, you cannot miss out on this, so make sure you guys click the link in the description box below and use my code at checkout. Editing Kristi here. I completely forgot to end this intro, so let's just get right into the slime reviews. Woo! Starting off with the Target slimes, we have a slime from Compound Kings. This slime was part of their Valentine's Day collection, and I bought it before Valentine's Day, but I just didn't get a chance to review it, so here we are reviewing it. This is an unscented clear red slime that has pretty gold glitters in it, and it also came with a baggie of pretty heart sprinkles that I got to add in myself. The texture of this slime was pretty stretchy, surprisingly, and it also has some really decent bubble pops. I want to say that this slime was around $3. I forgot to save the receipt, but I don't remember it being over $5. So for the price, I thought that this was a pretty decent slime, and I also love how it's Valentine's Day themed. Next up, we have a Nickelodeon slime from Target. This is a 7.5 ounce slime called Kiwi Cube, and I'm pretty sure this was around $5. There aren't many jelly cube slimes in stores, so I was super excited to try this one out. The name is spot on. It definitely reminds me of kiwis. I love the black beads in it to represent the seeds, and there were also a lot of jelly cubes too. However, the texture was not so great. This was a very stiff slime and it ripped apart really easily. It also says on the container that the slime has a fun scent, but I really couldn't even tell if the slime was scented at all. You had to stretch this slime pretty slowly to get any stretch out of it. So if you see this one on the shelves, I do not recommend it. But also, let me know in the comments if you purchased any of these slimes and thought differently about them, because sometimes that happens and you guys leave your feedback. There could just be bad batches and I got one of them, so definitely let me know. And next from Target, we have this cotton candy slime from Amazing Slime. I want to say that this was under $5 as well. This looked like a cloud slime in the packaging, but it definitely felt more like a sand cloud slime. It had a really strange texture, definitely not a typical cloud slime texture. It felt more rubbery and difficult to stretch. This texture reminds me of another store-bought slime I've reviewed before. I'm just not a big fan of the texture. It feels super dry and not very stretchy. It was also unscented, and for being a cotton candy slime, it would have been nice to be scented like cotton candy, but overall, I'd say to stay away from this one. And lastly, from Target, we have a butter slime from Compound Kings. I reviewed 2 other butter slimes before and have absolutely been in love with them, and for this one, I'd have to say the same. This was another $5 slime, and the texture of this is incredible for a store-bought slime. It's so smooth and creamy, and this one is scented just like s'mores, and it smells delish. It has a pretty strong s'more scent, which is making me super hungry right now, and I love it. It is a little bit on the clay heavy side, but I personally like that because it makes it super holdable and very spreadable too. The only negative thing I noticed is that it does leave a slight wet residue on your hands, which could be from the clay because sometimes the clay that's used in butter slimes could be a little bit moist. But other than that, I highly recommend these butter slimes from Compound Kings, so if you see them, snatch them up. Moving on to the Five Below slimes, we have a Galaxy Stretchy Dough Slime. Love the packaging of this. It's definitely Galaxy themed, and this one was also $5. The slime came packaged nicely and had a blue and purple butter slime inside with clay star pieces. This slime actually has a very similar texture to the previous one. It's pretty clay heavy, and I'm surprised at how similar this texture is because it's not made by Compound Kings. It also has a pretty strong blueberry scent to it, which I really loved. Definitely recommend this slime as well. Another great store-bought slime. Next up, we have a Nickelodeon slime from Five Below, and this is from Crazy Art. This is a cupcake slime, and I am so obsessed with this packaging. It is adorbs. This slime is a super pretty baby blue color, and at the bottom there are rainbow beads to represent the sprinkles on a cupcake. So cute. The scent is a light cupcake scent. I thought it would be a little bit stronger. It's kind of hard to tell that the slime is scented, but I still liked it. The texture of this one felt slightly jiggly. It's a pretty stretchy slime, but at the same time it does rip easily if you stretch it too fast. For $5, this was a decent slime. It's pretty good for poking and has some nice pops, but just be aware it is on the more jiggly side, so it's not as holdable. So if you aren't into jiggly slimes, you might not like it as much, but I still really liked it. And here we have a chicken and lice goop slime from Orb Slimy's organic slime line. This was a pretty interesting slime. It came sealed in a bag, but this slime was so unbelievably melted and sticky. I could not believe how sticky this was. I tried adding in activator myself, which did help with the stickiness, but I honestly felt like I wasted my money with this one. It also didn't really have a pleasant scent to it. It kind of had a foul-like smell. It came with these little rubbery worm-looking pieces, which didn't really stay in the slime either after I activated it. So if you see this one, I would suggest to stay away from it. And lastly, from Five Below, we have an Aero Play Bucket. Just from the name of it, I thought this would be a micro foam slime, and I was right. It's a yellow micro foam slime, and OMG, this slime has such good ASMR. It was pretty sticky and melted when I first took it out of the container, so I reactivated it, which helped a little bit. There was still some residue, but just listen to the sizzles and crunches of this slime. It is amazing. Definitely a messy slime at first, but 10 out of 10 for the ASMR. I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on this one. This is a great store-bought micro foam slime. And lastly, we have our Walmart slimes. Here we have a chocolate chip Centos cloud slime. This is a brand new line of slimes from Centos. At first I thought this was going to be a nice cloud texture, but one stretch and the chocolate chip pieces went flying everywhere. It was a pretty stretchy and sizzly cloud slime, but the more I kept playing with it, the more fallout I noticed from the chocolate chip pieces, as well as snow fallout and residue on my hands. Like, it had a pretty bad wet residue to it. I also didn't really care for the scent of the slime. It smelled like chocolate mixed with a chemical-like scent. This was probably one of my least favorite slimes from Centos, so if you see this one, I'd say to stay away from it as well. Here we have an iceberg slime from Compound Kings. This is a super pretty neon pink colored slime, and right when you open the container, you can smell a strong fruity scent that reminded me a lot of watermelon Jolly Ranchers. It smells so good. This was an interesting texture though. I really wasn't sure what to expect, but this was a jiggly slime mixed with instant snow powder. It wasn't very stretchy, and it leaves a really weird slimy residue on your hands after playing with it. It just leaves your hands feeling wet, and the snow powder comes out as well. I love the scent, but again, texture-wise, I'd stay away from this one too. Next up, we have a slime from Amazing Slime. This is from their Out There collection. I see these slimes all the time, and I really wanted to try one out myself. So as soon as I opened the container for this slime, I knew that things weren't looking so great. A liquid started coming out of the slime, and the actual slime was really wet and difficult to stretch. There's just no way that the slime was supposed to be like this. I must have just received a bad one, but this one was pretty bad. And finally, we have another slime from Amazing Slime. This is from their Dazzle collection. This slime came with 3 different colored clear slimes with a pretty glitter in all of them. These were all unscented, and I just decided to take them all out of the containers and mix them together. Texture was pretty much what I thought it would be. It felt more putty-like and difficult to stretch, just like a really overactivated slime. I really love the color combination though for this slime, but other than that, I would say to spend your money on some of the other slimes I recommended earlier in the video. And that's all that I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel and watching this entire video. Let me know who you guys thought had the better slimes. Was it the Walmart? Was it the Five Below? Or was it the Target? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you guys have any other store recommendations of where to buy slime from, let me know. I know Claire's has slime, Hobby Lobby, Big Lots, but let me know if you guys have seen slime in any other stores, and I would definitely try to hunt them down. If you guys aren't already a member of the KSQUAD, make sure you hit the red subscribe button down below below and join the fam. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!